Good afternoon, welcome to the channel. My name is Beena and this lovely little fella here is the wonderful Walter. Hope you are well. You join me on Saturday the something 12th, 13th, I don't know, 11th, sometime in October 2025 on a dull, cold and slightly foggy day, although the sun looks like it's trying to break through up there, which would be nice. And I'm just out for a little ramble. Young Walter here, young Walter, to blow off the cobwebs and freeze to death, I think. It's a bit chilly. It's 11 degrees at the moment. It was a very cold 6 degrees Celsius when I woke up this morning. The sun just came out. I'm vindicated wearing my smoke visor. I knew one day I'd get it right. Today is that day. Rejoice. Where are we going? Right here. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit nippy. I've had to break out the thermals. Put me kind of intermediate winter gloves on here. Wrap up. And I haven't been around for a little while. And that's a mixture of not being very well and just general incompetence on my part. I had a couple of weeks where I felt particularly rough. I had COVID, I think. The new strain of COVID going around with a really sore throat and feeling like shite. So yeah, I didn't go out at all on Walter to do anything. And then last weekend, that was a couple of weeks, and last weekend I did go out and I thought, well, I'll do a video, 'cause it's been a while. And I recorded a ramble and completely ballsed up the recording on it, and none of the footage was usable, and I just couldn't be asked to do it again, so I didn't get any then either. And I was going to do one yesterday. I took my regular trip to the garden centre to buy Otto a load of dog chews, and I was going to record on the way back, but I got my my chest mount thing here out of my pannier and it was all tangled up and it wasn't cooperating. What the fuck? You goddamn idiot. What's your fucking eyes, love? Sorry. Yeah, my chest mount harness was all tangled up and I wasn't in the mood for it. So I didn't put it on, didn't do one yesterday. But I thought I'd do one today, and someone very kindly asked where I was in my comments, so I thought I'd best make the effort. But I have been out and about on Walter on the odd day. Excuse me if I sound a bit nasally and I'm coughing a little bit, but I'm still not completely 100%. Yeah, I have been out on Walter a few times. It's just that I don't always want to do a video. As I've said before, these videos are for my own benefit, and if I don't fancy it, I won't do it. I just like to go out and enjoy myself, enjoy the ride. And I have no idea where I am at the moment. Is this the way I usually come? I don't know. So I'm on a bit of a different route to what you'd usually see me on today, because I was thinking, oh, where can I go that's a bit different? And I think I've mentioned it before in one of my previous videos that I like to go to do a bit of air rifle shooting, and there's a place in Berkhamsted, I don't know how you say it, sorry. There's a place there called Ronnie Sunshines, which has a nice little indoor shooting range, and every time I go down there I think, oh, I should make a lovely journey on my on Walter to show everyone, and then I never get around to doing it because I never go down and do some shooting on my bike, because I don't want to cart my gun on Walter. It'd be too unwieldy. Maybe I need one of those bikes. Was it a wow, there's a lot of starlings there. Was it a Harley Davidson that did like a kind of like a dual sport thing for the military, which had a big gun box on the back of it, on the side of it. Pretty sure it was Harley. Something very different to their usual style of bikes. Maybe I'll put it up on screen here, like magic! Or maybe I can't be asked. Part of me thinks it was diesel as well, but I think I might be confusing it with another bike. Anywho, yeah, I thought it'd be nice to come down here because the countryside's a bit more open. You can see over here, look, no hedges in the way. And it's quite pretty. And there's a, what is that, a kestrel? Looks like a kestrel there. So yeah, that's what we're doing. There's a big lion up on the hill, big chalk lion up on the hill over there. I'm not sure whether you'll be able to see that on my camera. But it's welcome back not having 6 gears. I think it's probably something to do with the zoo, because Whipsnade Zoo is around here, so I'm guessing it's something to do with that, and it's not some kind of ancient site of some kind of ancient religious site. Like that famous one with the guy with the enormous member and a club in his hand. That is somewhere about. I think that's in Somerset. I don't know. I don't have any of the facts, as usual, because I haven't planned this, as usual. I'm so slick. I'm such a slick YouTube channel, you know. It's almost like I turn my camera on, go for a ride, and then at a certain point suddenly think, oh, okay, I best start talking, and then just do that without actually any prior thought. Yep, that's how it works. That's the magic behind the curtains there, everyone. Yeah, I think it's a big lion. It looks like a big lion. I don't know. I don't really know this area very well at all, which is pretty bad, isn't it? I've lived here for 20 years now. Over 20 years. It's a weird thing, really. I've never really gelled. I've never really felt at home here in Bedfordshire. And I don't know whether that's something to do with my autism, but yeah, it's never really felt like home. I still feel like my home is back up in Northampton, where I lived for many years, where I was born and raised. On the playground is where I spent most of my days. But yeah, I've never really considered Bedfordshire to be my home. It's always felt like a bit of a temporary solution, which is daft, really, because it's coming up to almost half my life I've lived away from Northampton now. So yeah, I don't know whether that's why I haven't decided to learn anything about the place. Although, having said that, I lived in a shitty council estate in Northampton, and the street that I lived in had a little close at the top of it, another little road, and I honestly couldn't tell you what the name of that was, and I lived there for about 30 years, on and off. Yeah. And now you see where my terrible sense of direction comes from. Going this way. I'm sure I went up there before. Once before, but I was probably going the wrong way, wasn't I? Let's face it. So not really much has happened in Beena and Walterland. Oh, where are we going here? Straight over. Yeah, not a great deal has happened. Like I say, I've mainly been ill. My God, the road surface there is terrible. So I don't have much to impart to you. So, you know, I just do the usual ramble on about nothing. See where that takes us. Kite! Never too far away from a kite here, are you? Oh, the sun is definitely trying to break through. It looks very pretty with the crepuscular rays coming down. Now I'm right into Rodney Sunshine's here. I don't think it's open, and I have no cause to go there either. There is a little shop. So it's on an industrial unit, and there is a little shop right near it which sells dog treats and dog toys and things. And I'm guessing that's probably not going to be open either because it is Sunday. But it would be nice if it is, so I can get the little furry fella something nice. Even though he's been an absolute bastard the last few days. Oh dear, if you've ever had a puppy before, you know you go through various phases, various stages of their development. Each one designed to push a different button of yours and be more of a challenge than the last. So it starts out as initially when you get them home, they're in the teething stage. You get them home at like sort of 8 weeks old, and they're in the teething stage, and they just bite and bite and bite, and it's referred to as the land shark phase, which is very aptly named. Every single interaction you have with your puppy at this stage is them biting you and mostly making you bleed. I bled pretty much every day for the first few months of having Otto. Now, some dogs are worse than others, obviously, in some different breeds. Mine's a terrier, a little border terrier, and they are renowned difficult pups apparently. Very bitey, very hard work. Like I say, your mileage may vary. But yeah, for those first few months, so what was that? That was 2 months until 5 months. He just basically savaged us, and every time we went near him, it was just quick. We both, my wife and I, both just carried around a toy each during that period, and every time he came near us, I just rammed it in his gob so that he couldn't attack us. But God, I had scars on the back of my calves and on my ankles and hands. Like I say, bled pretty much every day, so that was exasperating. And hello. And then from there you go into, so that was up until about 5 months old when he was teething, and then he kind of lost all of his baby teeth at that age, and his adult teeth come through, so obviously he wasn't in as much pain. And so for about 2 or 3 weeks maybe, he was lovely. He'd learned to self-regulate a little bit, so they also don't self-regulate at all, so you have to put them to sleep you let them up for an hour, and then you put them in their crate for a couple of hours and have an enforced nap, otherwise they just rampage. But yeah, at 5 months he started just popping himself on the sofa or coming and laying at my feet while I was working, and he could sleep, and it was wonderful. We thought, oh, finally we're past that stage. But then the next stage kicks in, which is not having 6 gears. Stop going for 6 gears, Beena. And the next stage was the humping stage, when adolescence started to kick in. Puberty kicked in, rather, and so he was just constantly trying to hump our legs and our arms. It just went a bit mental. So for that stage we gave him an implant to stop his testosterone production, to see if that helped, because sometimes it could just be behavioural problems. It was definitely testosterone problems in this case. And then, yeah, for the first 3 weeks of having that implant, he went absolutely batshit crazy because it increases testosterone production. So he got even worse, humping wise and craziness wise, just attacking everything. until he finally settled down, about 7 months. And yeah, he calmed down a lot. And they start kind of acting like the dog that you're going to have when they're older. Quite sweet, quite funny, bit naughty. Just a lot more fun to be around. Take naps on their own. But you know, with adolescence comes the teenage years, and you know what teenagers are like if you've got kids. I don't have kids, thankfully, but I imagine it's like this. They just want to push all the boundaries and try and see what they can get away with. So just incredibly naughty and getting into things he shouldn't, and just acting up. And his ears have become purely ornamental now, because all the training that we've done to get him to do stuff goes out the window, because if he doesn't want to listen, he won't listen. So yeah, exhausting. Still, we've only got, you know, probably another 18 months left of him being like that. Dear me. Do love him though, even if he is an absolute dickhead at times. Like yesterday, we took him down the park and let him off the lead. We haven't been letting him off the lead a lot because his recall isn't very good, and if he sees another dog, he's just so excited to see them, he wants to play with them. And he's a bit boisterous. Not all adult dogs are very tolerant of a little terrier puppy boxing them in the face and trying to nip them. We took him down an enclosed park at the bottom of our village and let him off, and yesterday he just fucked off. He just ran straight towards the road, so he's not getting let off again for a while. Now I think it's down here, I'll shut up about dogs now, I'm sorry if you're boring you. I think it's down here that I came across a guy on a I think it was another bullet. I can't remember. Why is all this on the road? Is it salt? I don't know. Weird. Yeah, it's kind of down this way. I came across a guy while I was in my car. A guy in a bullet. On a bullet. He was indicating for miles, and I was trying to tell him. Oh man, I had one of my classic idiot moments yesterday. I was out on Walter, like I say, going to the garden centre, and as I was going through Woburn, many of you will have seen me, regular viewers will have seen me go through Woburn Deer Park, and coming the other way was a vintage Porsche 911. Yeah, I don't know what I'm waving, they didn't wait for me. Vintage Porsche 911 in rally spec, so it had like big rally lights on the front of it, loads of stickers on it, looked cool as shit, it really did. And I wanted to express how cool I thought it looked, so I'm not going to do this whilst I'm waiting at this junction, so bear with me. Yeah, so I wanted to express how cool I thought it looked and give him a bit of the thumbs up. And I chose to do that by using a hand gesture that I don't think I've ever used before in real life. And completely ballsed it up. I made it look like I was insulting him. I will demonstrate in a moment when we get past here. In my socially awkward autistic way, what I did was I wanted to make the sign when you go, whew, that's a cool, look at that is hot, that car, and then give a thumbs up. But he said I did it quite low down here and then pointed at him, so it looked like I was calling him a wanker. And then regretted it the rest of my ride. I just felt so bad about it. I thought this poor guy had just seen this bloke on the bike, just called him a wanker for no reason at all. He was driving quite sensibly, and that's the kind of thing that keeps Beena awake at night in the early hours of the morning. He goes, oh no, what did I do? Why did I do that? This is why I'm not allowed out in public. Oh, guy in front's got no gloves on. I always cringe when I see people on motorbikes with no gloves on. I mean, that's a moped, but scooter. But even so, especially when you're riding that close to the car in front, mate. But yeah, even more so than today when it's like 11 degrees. Hands are going to be frozen. Such an old man, aren't I? Oh, his poor hands must be frozen. Yeah, I cut some of that out because you don't really want to see me riding around an industrial estate, do you? And that Ronnie's was closed and the dog place was closed as well. Muddy Paws. I'm just going to put that in here so that I can remember to tell Mrs. Beena what it's called. Oh, that's a nice little house there, isn't it? I always find it a shame when you see really pretty houses and they're right on the main road. It's a little trade-off, isn't it? I thought, oh, I've got this lovely house, but all of this traffic. I guess at one point, with some older houses like that, they didn't have all that traffic, did they? Especially when you look at like that one there. Look, oh, how old is that? 1984. Let's go up here because that's the way home. Push bike there, ignoring all the rules of the road as usual. Although to be fair, there was plenty of room for both of us, wasn't there? Says the man speeding. Oh, there's a nice strong smell of weed. I'm really curious what this sort of light brown stuff is on the road. Wondering whether there's some building works going on somewhere and it's just the tracks of lorries and whatnot that have been using it. Although it looks like it's road salt, road grit, but it seems a bit early in the year for that. And knowing our local council, they you'd think that road salt is made of ground diamonds or something, because I very rarely see them using it when the weather gets cold. Actually, I might pull in up here. This is the Ashridge estate. I've come up here once before on Walter, in one of my very early videos. The Ashridge estate is beautiful. Just come around and have a walk if you've got a dog. It's just a lovely forested area. Again, I have absolutely no knowledge of the anything about the Ashridge estate. Who owns it? Its history. I could make some up if you like. The Ashridge estate was founded after the Great Jam Wars of 1832, where opposing jam manufacturers fought for dominance in the marketplace, and they all converged here in this area to have one big preserve battle. It was very messy, sticky situation all round. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Regardless, it's a really nice place if you're in the area. Go and have a wander around Ashridge. In fact, I haven't bought Otto up here before. I used to come up here with my old dog Bob, and he absolutely loved it. He used to lose his tiny mind. In fact, we lost him for a brief time up here once because he went off chasing a deer into the woods. We've taken precautions a lot this time. We've got him a tracker, a little GPS tracker, knowing that we've got a dog with a high prey drive. I'm not going to go up there, I can't be bothered. Use your imagination. Just think of all the monuments to the fallen jam warriors that are up there. Thousands of them. Now I'm going to head home, potentially have a nice big BLT. That sounds like a lovely idea. It's going to give me comfort on the way home. Shall I shut up? I've been talking too much and it's all bollocks as usual, isn't it? I'll shut up for 5 minutes. Actually, yeah, I'll shut up for 5 minutes so you can listen to Walter, and then I'll wrap it up. How's that? I'm out of practice, aren't I? I'm still talking. Shh, 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 shh. Oh, well, there's not a lot to see in here down here, is I'm stuck behind a car. Oh, that was the entrance to Ashford. Excuse me. Oh, mind your ears. It looked very busy. It is Sunday afternoon after all. Everybody likes to go out on a Sunday afternoon, don't they? Oh, I guess a little bit of motorbike news. I have definitely decided I'm going to get some touring handlebars for Walter, just to give me that little extra bit of comfort like that. I'm hoping it'll bring me up like this, which will... Oh, that is so comfy. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get some of those and get them fitted. Maybe that'll stop me wanting to get another bike that's a bit more comfortable. Spoiler alert, it won't. In fact, I was going to call my local Royal Enfield dealership yesterday and ask them how much it would be to fit them. And I completely forgot. I think I did something more productive, like having a snooze on the sofa. That was a well-timed yawn, wasn't it? That was Freudian. Ah, look at that. The sun's coming out just as I'm stopping gabbling on. Just as I'm about to stop the video. Never mind. Okay, well, let's call it a day, shall we? It's been nonsense. Maybe someone will enjoy it somewhere. This is why I'm still not at 1,000 subscribers. It's this kind of gold content. This is why I haven't hit 1,000 subscribers yet. I think I've stalled at something like 970 something. Doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't really matter. Anyway, that's the end of this one. Hopefully normal service will be resumed now and I'll be back doing them weekly now that I'm not feeling like shite. So if you're out and about this week on your bike, you best wrap up because it's a bit cold. Take care, keep it shiny side up, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!